hope everything's all right. But let's get to our game we have at hand.
Man, I mean, the desk, we were both sitting here like, thank you for bringing up these points because, yes, Ye is a problem. And we were wondering, like, what would be the individual KDs of the guard versus just Ye. But I think the other big point was Saya player really did feast on this map yesterday versus Cloud9.
It's one of my favorite things, seeing these two teams play the first time. I was like, oh man, Saya player versus Ye, this is going to be great. And we even get like a different version of that here when Net gets to go versus Ye, but Saya player still on that chat, just like you said. And it may be a way they can just focus on this strategy where they put a demanding amount of pressure on you. They love to control the game, and their star power allows them to control that objective. But Victor here,
great opening trade. Marv can rotate back over. You saw them looking for a stack to take control of yellow, and that still will occur for OPTIC defensively. And honestly speaking, for the guard, your only option is to try to reflex back, but they're doing it in a very strange way where they're rotating through the defensive spawn. So Ye is by himself, and I think he's aware of this. Sneaking forward, trying to put himself in an untradeable position. Finds one, but not the second. The guard get possession of the A site.
Enough for the communication that the rotation can happen from B, the 1-2 split pinch here. Like they're gonna take their time. Might just drop the wall as FNF and Crashies come in here. Give themselves a better view on the angles once they're in position. This is tight, but Jonah P and Trent could pull this off. We've seen it before.
Yeah, they have to hit this opening gunfight no matter where it comes from, because this full post plant set up towards the offensive spawn is completely neutralized. Now the recon comes through. That'll, of course, open up a lot of space. Up, though, on top of the ropes. Trent deals with the first, gets a little bit of damage over to FNS, but the problem was there were too many numbers, including, most importantly, Marv in the flank. OPTIC takes the pistol.
What a sick... I don't have a drone. I will be drone. Just grabs onto rope and slowly goes into sight. That's so awesome.
OPTIC, who was forced to kind of... Well, not forced, but chose to go into the elective first purchase on the second round, and now the guard trying to pull a curveball of their own. Ye with the headhunter, looking at where it could be a number of different guard members, but as the Aldrin comes through, they'll forfeit these angles initially through green. Poison Cloud comes out, side player looking to spam it. Marv is still holding his ground for first point of contact.
Quite a few ticked on that 0.2 we just saw come from that kitchen area. Trades back and forth, and it's a slaughter already.
Oh, what a shot from Saya player on the corner. Marv backpedaling. Could not respond. That's going to lead to a quick plant. And for the side of OPTIC, FNS and Victor choosing to play this one a bit split. Victor playing off the flank. FNS looking to open up space through mid. But for the guard, it's a full stack in and around yellow. And yeah, the trademark will give away the spot. The flash peek coming through. Not going to get gifted anything here. And now it kind of, the baton passes over to FNS. Will now have to try to open up space for his teammate to work with. And, well, he walks right into Saya player waiting for him. Just down to Victor. 1v4. And, well, the gamble stack of trying to play into the second round bonus, essentially. The easiest thing about that statement in particular is, I think for those that were really in tune watching the winners finals, OPTIC controlled tempo and pace from start to finish. They were plus 16 in opening first blood engagements. That has not been the case at all. The guard has significantly adapted their play style. But will they adapt to this? Full stack around the back. Dono's only good for one. And as the guard commit forward, there very well may be an opportunity here for OPTIC to kind of contain the guard inside the site, especially now that Net will also drop.
These little trades. You got Ye all the way back still as you see Victor pushing up. They're trying to get every way to take any of the damage or weapons away from guard here as they encroach onto the site. It's patient play by FNS trying to give calls in here, but the rest of the team's going to be coming from Maze now as FNS goes down.
I love this call from the guard, setting up their post plant in the defensive spawn, essentially. 0 point comes out, but Victor not going to get a lot of information as far as, is that high, is that low? How do I deal with this with my flashes and fragments? Once again, over the top. It's going to be Crashies through the ropes. Saya player responding to the hit, though, with a double means it's just down to Crashies for the 1v2. Just a ghost in hand, and as he falls, he will find Saya player waiting for him. The guard go up 2-1.
Really want to see what's going to happen on this first guard round. Tour de force coming out for Ye.
Get out of my way.
And the response, I was going to say, is this a round that Saya player wants to go to the knives? Absolutely going to be the case. Also has the Spectre in the back pocket in case things go wrong. Victor doesn't like his position, will flash himself around and then the 0 point to confirm information. And OPTIC, who do have a lot of presence through middle, none of it is up towards kitchen. And Net will take a double as the guard completely win this opening battle. And then even further that point, as Crashies can only do so much. The knives out, though, will miss. And Crashies will fight this back to a 2v2 somehow.
Oh, my word. And a big investment here by Guard on this round to continue to push OpTic off of this gun round back into an eco, and OpTic say no. One last,
so
Trent's
good.
alive.
So good from Crashies and Marv. Dart comes out, opportunity for Trent. Finds the timing off of that, turns this to a 1v1. Does he expect the quick reach out from Marv, though? No. And OpTic, like you mentioned, deny. And that,
Here on the side, it's tour de force for Nat as we're trading ultimates.
You want to play? Let's play.
Deny the early ultimate orb with the shock dart, and then try to take your high ground positions. OpTic looking to respond to this, throwing out a recon dart and an Aldrin of their own. And this is what I was worried about, is that scope v scope battle, whether it's operator or tour de force, doesn't make much of a difference. Net was not good in the 1v1 with Ye, and so far, tilt the advantage once again to Ye on the opening first blood.
Ooh, already to Snowman. Jonah P with the quick move. Hunter's Fury went towards A, so they've committed a lot, hoping to pull the members of OpTic over, and they lost a really big key point of the player in Jonah P with that first kill.
Using the from the shadows, trying to cut off the defensive rotations, and oh boy, goes from bad to worse. Victor just ADS bursting down the guard. Valen, good luck, have fun. Not much you can do there. Prime gaming flawless for OpTic in the 5th.
It's just this read on each play, not really a step behind, but a step ahead into how to react.
Yeah, and that was something that every team through playoffs has had a problem with when it comes to OpTic.
Yeah.
How do you out-tempo these guys? Because as soon as they hit the brakes, then you've got to find a way to deal with Ye. It's just, it literally is a war on two fronts. Even worse now, Reveal comes out with Saya player just lurking through mid, hoping for maybe some advanced positions, but that gets instantly taken away, and OpTic a massive advantage, as even behind that, they also take down Nat, leaving 0 ground for the guard to work with.
And I kind of said that about them when they played the guard the first time. I was like, this is very pre-OpTic with Caboose on the squad, blast hacking forward, doing everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a form of style that they've played before, but not this core of the team. And the way that they can adapt in and out of that.
Again, I still look at, can you find a way to counter duel Ye? Whether it's just by taking a face-up gunfight or trying to force him off of an angle. Doesn't make a difference. Just put him in an unfavorable position. And as you see it, it's kind of in the third-person point of view. Ye is pushing forward. The flash will come through, and Net very wisely will rendezvous away because he was, well, next up in case something were to have happened mid-map.
And I'd love to see what teams do shift when it does become like an important gun round. Like you said, a must-win. It's identified, obviously, from OpTic. And they pressure like that. They go hard. They're like, how can we go at the throat to actually make this gun round the worst gun round for our opponents it could be? Okay, yeah. Viper's Pit, push mid, get a little bit of info, use their util, right? If all of that works, the guard feel completely stopped on a round where they had that copium that they could get back in. The operator on side player, that's all still alive. Where you're just seeing the type of pressure, the kind of mind games OpTic starting these rounds off with, and the importance each one matters. So 40 seconds left in this.
And that's the problem. You have 40 seconds left against a Hunter's Fury, a null command, and a potential resurrection that's still on the table. Yeah. Here comes the full hit through Kitchen. Victor's read this. Hits the null command, but does actually not find a single thing.
Well, that's a lot of feet.
So Victor will fall. FNS taking care of the first blood once again on the second engagement. Turns around to clear out yellow. And how about FNS? The double coming through. 20 seconds on the clock, but the guard have gotten clearance to get a plan.
Ooh, bait and res.
They don't get Victor.
2v1.
Oh, boy. Danger now. Trent in the background, 0-pointed. Does still slip away.
Pretty healthy.
Somehow, some way. Here's the plant toggle from Victor. 1v1 takes the first. The Victor hops off to secure the kill. And OpTic will sustain through. Even though the guard looked good playing through Kitchen for a moment, they get the res. And how important was that? Because Victor's the one to clean up the round.
Yeah, able to kind of chip away at the guard a little too much every time before they're reaching these sites. Here, back to a gun round. Valen does have his ultimate. They can pressure to a site here. Maybe it'll be down green at B. But it's been getting tougher and tougher for a guard to now reach the site after a few plants in the first few rounds.
And this Poison Cloud is, again, going to get OpTic back without really revealing anything. They're trying to play forward with FNS and Marv together, but now they're actually a 3-man stack. Oh, Ned has actually seen FNS, though. How big could that possibly be? Paranoia comes through. Flash over the top, though, allows an opportunity maybe for FNS to fight back. Committed to this is Marv. And that's his danger. He's, again, finds himself backpedaling. Nothing to done there. And it leaves Ye kind of waiting for help from Crashies. Hunter's Fury's going to get called in on this, and as the toxic screen goes down, so will Trent, and Crashies follows with another. This will be a 2v4 retake.
That's perfect headhunter tags. He knows it. He's telling them the comms are there.
Oh, boy. From bad to worse again. The guard down to Jonah, and oh my goodness. There is not an answer for Ye anywhere on the map.
Last one, obviously, coming up with the operator there, but they're just putting so many nice things together on these retakes from the side of OPTIC. It's no wonder they're able to be 6-2 right now.
So back to pistols. Trent actually catching FNS a bit off guard. Playing aggressively was FNS over through A, and the same thing he said here about Ye. So now Victor has to respond, and as he does, oh my goodness, the help is absolutely immaculate. Even the flash to kind of ice the cake for Victor. It's just down to Trent, and how about this read? Also knows that Trent was nearby, but as he sustains himself through the flash, the spike will be collected, and we elongate this 1v1. Spike down. Trent trying to back away. Point of contact is made. Okay, good save there from the guard. Not just the Red Bull clutch.
Few rounds here, so working at it. Side player back on the operator here. See if they can get something going as they spread the map out a little bit. You can see the spike is hovering towards A to start for the guard.
Another 2 to force as well for Ye. He's been charging this thing up as if he had it in his back pocket every round. Goodness me. And a 4-man defensive stack through the toxic screen of the guard over towards B. That's a lot of defensive clearance. But realistically speaking, the guard are going to be blank on what's happening on that side of the map because all 5 members are focused on what's happening at A except for Saya player who's trying to watch the flank.
Trademarks keep them safe, so guard can focus forward here. So we see the drone use sonar bolts down, and not much information is grabbed. This becomes somewhat of the dry peak section of it where it becomes tough, and the guard are going to stand tall for the first one on Ye.
Big first opening pick, shock darts, slow orbs, fragments, all of it being littered on towards this A site defensively from OPTIC, but it does not find a tremendous amount of value. Spike not being planted yet, Valen waiting for the next point of contact, and the recon gold has been earned. That'll allow him a chance to get the Viper's Pit down safely. OPTIC looking to challenge it quickly, but Trent guarding. Turns that into his 3rd straight elimination. They know Victor's playing nearby, and it's going to be the Sheriff from Trent. It's been good for him this far. Sees the barrel, takes that to the 4th. 1 away from getting the ace. Has a beat on Marv, tracking it down, chasing it down, and, well, respect will be given. No need to get frisky with this, just confirm the round.
Something that was pretty awesome there from Trent, besides his kills, was even within the smoke, through the X-ray, you could see his Sheriff placement was right on Victor. Like, even with that little elevation change of A side, like, that's why you can always expect frags like this from players like Trent. Their knowledge, their surroundings, their game sense of the situation just is paramount, and it comes to play so much.
I'm curious to see how OPTIC are going to want to try to finesse and maybe adapt in these first points of contacts on the extremities of the map in particular, because, you know, Victor's been fine largely through kitchen. He'll be hindered a touch here as the shock dart actually does connect onto him, but it's marginal damage at best. Ye looking for a peek and maybe a rendezvous back if needed. Marv would need help to get out of this position, though. He is still holding on to his wall, so there's that to consider. Gardner taking a patient approach here. Really, Riv, it's just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, it's like last round without firing into the site real quick. Like a good op shot there to start off. 0 point kind of detected quite a bit of what was happening on the side of the guard for OPTIC. So for them to be able to finalize a kill kind of confirms that 0 point had more around it. And the rotation so far is right. This is the second one we see from Jonah P. That just goes in for info, and it looks like that may be the go button for this A attack.
There seems that way. Barrier orb will fade. Fragment clears out the L-turn. OPTIC are here with numbers and trying to contest this plant if they so choose to, and they do choose to, but the problem is none of the kills come through, leaving Crashies to wait for help as the guard take a 4v3 into a post plant, and how about it? Crashies looking for a timing, actually gets punished, and as Marv will try to have to re-clear, there's a lot to be done here. And for the guard, you've got post plant positions all over the place. A couple of members up close, you still have Jonah P playing deep. Wall that's been saved will get called here as Marv tries to make a step forward. And on the opposite side, Ye's trying to split this up, and the problem is no one really cleared bottom of the Raptors. And with that, the high-low setup from the guard will successfully get them into 5.
guard side.
And the efficiency on the attack towards A has been incrementally better than it was at the beginning of this this first half. This time it's trademarks to guard any forward push through from OPTIC defensively, which they are. Viper's Pit to stall out at A. And as Ye watches through the mid-map, there's an opportunity, or maybe Crashies and Victor can come around the side. It only results in a 1-for-1, and this actually causes the guard to put it back up. They know the resurrection is here, and they're able to deny it. 2 good eliminations for the guard as they go into now a 4v3 situation.
Smoke towards mid to divide up the map. He's going to push through it. Obviously, he does. Good audio possibly be grabbed from there as he hears him go B long. The rotation from Marv is going to be the late one. I think they give the site here, go for a retake. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, net being down means that these trademarks are going to do nothing. So OPTIC splitting their defense up just a touch. The problem here, though, is this toxic screen. And as it falls, the guard tally up 2, leaving Marv by himself. And Trent watches the flank so avidly. A 6-6 half. What a correct.
Still going for the Omen ultimates. They gave them the info and confidence to push in. Where earlier it seemed like it was a little divided in how they would have played it. And I was going to say, is that as fast as I think it is? But nobody really moved up with the util. We start off the second half here in an important map, too. Because I think we heard the analyst desk say if Icebox goes the way of OPTIC, I think the series goes the way of OPTIC, if I'm correct. Could be a possibility.
I think probability would definitely back that point up. And how about this? The guard delay hit through mid. There are trademarks to navigate here, so they'll smoke the first. Toxic screen to make life a little bit more difficult for OPTIC as they try to move over through green. And the timing here for the guard is really solid. Another smoke will come through. They're just going to avoid past this once again. And nobody from OPTIC is turned to even respond to this. So the first opening shots will connect. And now, well, the rue's up. It's all up to OPTIC. Can they hold their ground? And, well, we're getting our answer very quickly to the question. Unless Crashies could do something literally Herculean, which don't put it past them, you would think that the guard have the full strum they want, and there it is.
What a round. And I'm pretty sure OPTIC as well, with the trademark mid, continue to...
OPTIC, though, if to assume, well, we didn't get to execute off the playbook, so let's try again.
Yeah?
Right through green and do it much quicker this time. Flashes to support this play. FNS through different trademarks on the backside. Nat try to sneak forward, catches a bit of timing, and Rendezvous back safely. The snakebite also confirming the kill on FNS puts OPTIC in a very bad spot.
Oh, too many cooks on the right side of yellow for that one. I think as they went in, the spike started going down, and nobody had even gotten to the backside of yellow.
I think just to see the tempo that the guard want to play on here defensively with this bonus, largely relying on Spectres. And it's going to be a teleport up top.
Big TP,
Yeah. Baited out with that OPTIC. Very nervous after hearing those sound cues. We'll start spamming up those walls and then get back to work.
They're like, this smoke, though, you always have to consider. Oh, Jonah. Just like the timing and the situations they're creating right now for themselves on the guard are so good. The one-way shift.
No bueno. Because the, well, you see the play happening on your minimap. Full flank coming. Puts a lot of tension on this hit from OPTIC. You're going to have to get forward sooner rather than later. And there's really no vacancy here whatsoever. Marv will help open things up, but it's the headhunter for Net, and it's the headhunter! It's the headhunter for sure. A double for Net, followed up by Valen, leaving Marv into 1v3. Doable, still very healthy. What is about to be pinched, and may have just heard a couple of footsteps from Valen in the back. Self-snake bites, that's going to isolate. Hold on a second. Marv potentially the 1v1. Gets the reload off. No spike in hand. Keep that in the back of our mind. 30 seconds to play, and Marv is coming across the ropes. Sees Valen. Wallbang. Able to find at least a little bit of damage. Valen has kept his high ground position. That will eventually win him the final 1v1. Bonus good for the guard.
Keeping their time, and it seems like that timing is really on point for the guard. That paranoia was just about ready. The one-way going up. The catch one. They had a great read on that round on OPTIC.
Well, here we go. OPTIC in the first map were incredible in rounds that looked like this. However, the guard is very different on Icebox. When they hold an eco advantage, they rarely lose them. 77% win rate when they hold the weapon advantage, and that's currently what we're seeing. First blood tallied, Marv down. Big numbers for the guard.
Big numbers for Valen too. I mean, his stats book is getting padded throughout this tournament. Shots coming in from Victor, and the Guardian strikes true, but Net will trade one back.
Yeah, great information here. Shock Dart trying to delay, but wait a second. Side player caught. That actually opens the door for OPTIC to get a plant. And also with that, you can get a weapon. Victor's going to have the operator. Post-plant setup is going to be over towards green. And even though this trademark is inactive, FNS is here waiting for this playthrough. If he hits the shot, it could be great, and he got an opportunity, but Net punishes 3v2 as the guards start to work forward.
Damage is there. Crashies has some shock darts. They could help. Fragment out. Operator going to work possibly for Victor, but they're getting pinched from every angle. Oh, this line of vision.
So many smokes through, but wait a second. They're actually going to get through the dark cover. The no-scope for Victor. Crashies on the back, able to tally another. 1v1. Jonah, low on health, low on time. Shock Dart misses. Second one, though, connects. And OPTIC again. Just Ender set.
Crashies, he's low, but had those shock darts when they were hanging out by yellow. Shift. It's actually pretty incredible what they can do on those rounds with low buys.
It's hard to put rounds like that to words. I think for anybody, it's just like, they can't. There's no way you get through this. It's not even it's like, oh, they did it once, like, cool, like something's happened for you that was good, you took advantages, you know, blah blah blah. It's every round they're in positions like this they win right now. I don't know to know.
All right, guard, take a moment to pause. No pushing the extremities on this one, but Kitchen is just swarmed right now. Trent not seeing too much as he just gets a few jiggles on to avoid a quick Ferrari peak headshot. And they want to get everything right now. Audio would be even great, and OPTIC's just walking around.
Oh, thought for a second Net was going to be able to take some shoelaces off of OPTIC defenders over through Kitchen, but now you have to retake this position. That's the problem. There's a Viper's Pit still waiting, so OPTIC will call that in. And how do you break this if you're the guard? You still have members around the outside setting up a bit of a perimeter on this site, and as Victor takes down two, now the guard all of a sudden have to force their way forward with essentially two ops. And okay, wait a second, that might be good enough. 3 kills come through quickly, make it the fourth. Net for 3, but Crashes is in an off-angle position. Finds the first, no problem. Recon bolt still being held to make sure that there is nobody on towards the defuse, but it doesn't fully reveal. Trent's gonna get this stuck, but it's not gonna make a difference. The timing good for Crashes. The Red Bull clutch coming through in the 1v
for that. So everything was kind of being countered towards the end there. What a round to see from both teams try to circumvent the strategies.
Early Viper's Pit defensively. Hunter's Fury getting called to clear out tube. But it's Jonah P to find the first kill. Null Command now starting to establish this push from OPTIC, but are they really going to be able to find full clearance here? They're trying to isolate Valen inside the site, and the problem is Trent just spams through the offensive toxic screen for a double. Valen now very comfortable inside the green mist. And well, for the green wall, things just got very dangerous as it gets to a 2v4 as Crashies is able to find one trade.
Oh, Trent's just thinking it feels good to be a Phantom user, baby. Oh my word. Can't ask for more from him this round, but he'll probably give it to you. OPTIC trying to save what they can here and really just getting taken apart on what would have been the attack on guard's flank side. Spikes down a very precarious position. Crashies and team will now do what they can. There's one from Trent. Another one, as we said. Expect it.
Recon bolt denied.
30 seconds left.
Not a lot of time. 30 seconds on the clock. Still need the spike. Obviously, you see the guard setting up essentially a fortress around this spike. Victor, if you want it, you got to come to us.
Yeah.
Playing off the cross-angle peaks. Victor for the first. Tries to predict the second and nearly gets a chance to maybe even play a little bit of an incredible transfer, but too many numbers.
Inside player, you look at the last game and a lot of these stand tall. Valen's been stepping up as well, ridiculously with 2K, 3K. So as they come online, it seems to be a little bit late in the series towards second half of the map. And now they almost seem unstoppable because then they have the read. And it's like OPTIC trying to play guard's game now.
I was just about to say there are so many members for OPTIC that are close to ults. He was looking to deny the ult and ended up finding himself looking down the long line of a firing squad. So it's a 1-for-1 that actually allows an opportunity for OPTIC to get the tour de force online, and now they've got kill potential to maybe once again do what's been done throughout the first 2 maps, secure Thrifty.
And we talked a bit about what the guard's doing. What does OPTIC do? If Ye can start going off, that kind of invigorates everybody, and you know his peaks are going to be worth and good for something. Here they start going towards A, B, 1 down on each side. And so far, power and numbers to OPTIC here if they do choose to press forward a bit and scale the site.
There's no dash for Saya player getting tagged by the Aldrone, so he's stuck in this backside of Snowman. Needs some help. Valen playing the high ground preemptively. Tries to deny, and he steps forward. And Ned is not here. So numbers good for OPTIC. Trademarks on their backside will keep them safe from any flanks. Saya, do you peek this? Maybe they will now after the Hunter's Fury comes through, and it will tally up the kill on the A. That's a lot of the kill potential off the table. But OPTIC still surviving with 3 members, got the plant that they wanted, and now it's down to, can you find a way to hold this against the retake of the guard, which all of it is coming from the front or through mid-tube. Slow orb is placed. That'll actually deny a number of members from getting on quickly. Valen tries to get forward. Shot darts come through, and, well, sidesteps finesse, and that will be the end of any post-plant holds for OPTIC.
Just squatting together. Right through the smokes. If one peeks out, you see 2 or 3 more coming out of the woodwork. And the guard are making a case for themselves here on Ice Echelon. And it's starting to come to fruition for them.
Especially with just how coordinated teams like Cloud9, Version 1, I think, were most credited for playing off of their utility. The same can be said about a team like OPTIC. So yeah, I think when you talk about the adjustments, adaptations from the guard, they've proven themselves absolutely worthy. Aldrone once again for OPTIC, pushing forward, and this is problems as the knife will also Saya player denied an exit, and Ye tallies the first blood.
Who else? Who else shift, right? Coming out such a quick shot, and everybody's behind him. That confidence is there. The team pushes forward, and he is flanked by 2 people around yellow. This is like a cavalry.
Yeah. Such a quick push through. Now you've got a lot of problems for the guard here. Although, a pretty solid effort as Valen takes down 1 around the site, putting a lot of tension into Ye. Needed to hit shots, but of course he's good for it, and that's big. Marv keeping the flank safe. An important elimination forward. As now we go to a 2v2, but this post-plant setup for Victor. Do they know he's back here? They may, but it's only a 1-for-1 trade. Marv now has to come back quickly. Still has 2 snake bites to play with, but not in a great spot to use them to actually execute.
He knows, does he?
Well, he's gambling. I was about to say that Valen is not holding on, and he gets rewarded.
Low on a buy, but they're going to push themselves into that purchase. Saya player on the Blade Storm. And all the stops are coming out here to grab this second map of the series. It definitely means a lot.
We've seen Saya player in the past get enabled to go aggressively forward when he's got knives. And they're trying to set up the move. Net gets revealed. He's rendezvoused back, though. There's no problem. Jonah P kind of takes his position and just barely avoids being seen by the Aldrone on the second pass. So as Ye takes the angle away, the dueling toxic screens dissect the B site, and we still wait for Saya player to make a move. He will be denied by these trademarks, though.
Maybe Marv? Maybe Marv steps across his trap? Oh my gosh. The patience in it. I mean, what is Marv's long rotation, right? Does he actually go through the site and then come around? It looks like a B site hit for Now Shift.
Well, smoke comes out. Saya player on the flank. We'll see. OPTIC will get the plant off. Marv is still not a part of this formula whatsoever. He's actually pushing long through A.
Yeah.
So it's flank on flank action. Saya player getting revealed by the 0 point, though, is problematic as far as the guard relying on this for their retake. And no one has any idea that Marv's not here, by the way. So now it's advantage back to OPTIC. Maybe. Although, Saya player actually eludes 1, so he gets the angle. Trent able to kind of put some pinch pressure on, and it forces Ye to have to make a play. Rendezvous's back. Saya player, though, for the double. Trent off the defuse, and Marv's flank gets denied. Chaos all across, but it's Saya player that has the last word everywhere.
Under this year, and the guard are reaping the benefits.
12-9 map point. OPTIC in a fragile economic position. Trent undercover. The Viper's Pit is also able to get himself 1 orb away from Hunter's Fury if he could stay alive. Just barely eludes it. Victor on the ropes. Scouted. Denied. And how about it? The guard clean here in round 22. Leaving it to Marvin and Crashies to figure out how do you work this 2v5.
Whew. They are going quick. I'm still reeling from last round, honestly. Shift. I need to,
Little hangover.
I need to fast forward my brain here. A little lag brain. Okay, we're good. 1 minute left on this, and yeah, no real push this time. Guard kind of take a little backseat to this round after they get a few good frags forward to that long and A. And it's just not going to be OPTIC being able to penetrate the defenses here towards the last few rounds. Guard look to be able, with one last one, seal the deal for map 2.
Oh, Marv uses the Viper's Pit to elude it. Oh my goodness, he nearly got full isolation, but Saya player was quickly on the return. The Guard do what's needed to be done. Take